channel. My name is Swish, and we are playing some more Vintage Cube Draft on Magic the Gathering Online. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles edition. Very exciting. This pack doesn't have much of anything that I'm super excited about. We've got really good game players like Aberrant Oculus. Wandering Emperor is a good top end in a white weenie deck. What we got here? This is something new. 2 and X. +1/+1 counters. That's kind of solid. I think there's a couple different directions I could go here. I think Aberrant Oculus is probably like putting me in a direction more than something like Demonic Tutor or Collective Brutality, but we're gonna go ahead and take it. We'll see how it goes. Inquisition of Kozilek, solid second pick. It's the kind of card you want in a deck with Oculus. Ledger Shredder is another card I'd like to have. Palantir is pretty solid, but Inquisition, it's hard to beat a premium interaction like that. Ooh, okay. Got a Reanimate, which is a card that you do want with Oculus. Lotus Petal for a little bit of acceleration. Ragavan is probably the highest end card in the pack. I don't know if I'm ready to go into a third color. Fire Covenant is also a really good combat trick. Remove a bunch of guys, attack in. But I think Reanimate is where we're going to go. Now, this could put us in a tempo deck where we're just trying to like use Reanimate to, keep the tempo up. Or this could be like an actual straight up Reanimator deck. We got a couple of cards here. Echo of Aeons is good. Skyclave Apparition is also very good. Again, I'm not sure if I'm ready to go into a third color. There is an Undercity Sewers, and I would like a little bit of fixing. This might be the opportunity for us to pick it. Surveil is also a good mechanic to have on a land if you're running things like Reanimate. Alternatively, Urborg is pretty good for a deck like this. Skull Clamp, I think, is criminally underrated. But yeah, we'll take Undercity Sewers. And unfortunately, there's just not much in this pack for us. There's Corey Steelcutter. Steelcutter could be fine. We could also try Deathrite Shaman, splash a green, do Bug. That might be better. Yeah, we'll do Deathrite Shaman, I think. Okay, there's Dark Confidant. I like that. There's also a Spell Pierce for interaction, but yeah, I think Dark Confidant's pretty solid here. We have Nethergroif and Moonshadow. Both of these cards are similar. It is kind of a shame that they're both in the same pack. Ouroboros is probably the best card in the pack. It might be one of the top 5 cards in the entire cube. It is just such a housing when you play it. I think I'm gonna take the safer. Oh, am I gonna take the safer Nethergroif? Is it safer? Maybe I will take the Moonshadow. It does have Menace. Yeah, we'll take the Moonshadow. We'll see how that goes. Iron Shield Elf is one of the discard outlets. Yawgmoth's Will. We're not really doing like a storm strategy. There's a Mana Confluence. There's also Stitcher Supplier. Actually, yeah, Stitcher Supplier is a card we want in a deck with Reanimate and Moonshadow and Aberrant Oculus. So get in the deck. It's kind of like an evoke discard spell. Yeah, we could do that. We find Palantir and Ledger Shredder. Both are kind of doing similar things in a deck like this. I think I just need a few more creatures to get the tempo going. Palantir is pretty consistent, though. Yeah, we'll take the Shredder. And Malcolm's fine. So we're getting some of the black-blue tempo creatures. We could take Jace. We do have the Deathrite Shaman, so we could take Overgrown Tomb and just have the green available for the rare moments where we want it for Deathrite. Would be looking for like a fetch land or something. It doesn't really matter what we take here. This guy's probably playable. What's he do? Surveil 2. When other creatures enter, if they entered from the graveyard, you get a token. Okay. Oh, another Nethergloif came back around. Sick. Absolutely awesome. All right, pack 2. I've got Mana Leak. Got Crabman. We've got Pseudo Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, I think we'll take the Mana Leak. Counter spells are just usually at a premium. Speaking of which, there is, however, a Scalding Tarn here. but I think at least 2 spells of the countering variety in a deck like this, just enough to make your opponent respect them, is probably where I want to be. Hopefully we'll find another opportunity to pick up a fetch land. Ideally, we want to see a Polluted Delta, but you know, that's a premium one. People pick that even if they're not running blue and black. Hey, and that is the reason why we play a deck like this. Psychic Frogs. There's also a Hull Breacher, which we'd like to have, but ciao. Frogman, get in the deck. We find Entomb. We also find Snuff Out. Entomb Reanimate is a combo. Grist is also pretty good, and a reason to go into green. You know, I'm actually kind of into Grist. Like, if we're going into a third color, Grist is a reason. And we really only have the Reanimate, and I think we're really only running Reanimate, so we could do something like get an Oculus pack. But yeah, we'll do Grist. You can also reanimate a Grist. Let's see. Got some premium removal here. Sheoldred's Edict, Path to Exile. We got a Carrion Feeder. I don't think we're doing like the sacrifice theme, so we'll just take the Sheoldred's Edict here. But there's Path to Exile, Portable Hole, and Prismatic Ending all in the same pack for somebody playing white. That's going to be heartbreaking. Whoever happens to be playing the white weenie deck is going to look at this and have a meltdown trying to figure out which card to take. They'll probably end up taking Loris. But yeah, we'll take Sheoldred's Edict. Okay, we got a Bitter Triumph. Also, Hymn to Turok. Ooh, that's tough. There's also Wasteland, but I don't know if Wasteland is where we need to be. I think the removal spell is just slightly more valuable, especially when we can like pitch something and then reanimate it. Hymn to Turok is quite disruptive, though. Yeah, we'll take the Bitter Triumph, and maybe Hymn to Turok comes around. Who knows? Who knows? Bloodghast is fine. Not sure if we're playing that, but it's a card that we can put in the deck. Hey, Overlord. Not a lot of lands coming our way, though. Not a lot of lands in our colors, anyway. Well, there's Creeping Tar Pit. I stand corrected. We have the old Emperor of Bones and Ophiomancer. I think I'll take the old Bone Daddy. Old Bone Daddy. Get in the deck. And nothing here for us. We'll just, well, I guess that's not true. We'll take Witherbloom for the sideboard. I don't remember if the Magecraft combo, I think was it Chains of Vapor is the card that goes with this. Entomb did come back around, and we could take Loris here. I think we'll take Loris. Carrion Feeder does work with like Stitcher Supplier. Unfortunately, Deceit is a poor imitation of the card Dread, but it still works. All right. Now we got some heat. Orcish Bowmasters is probably the mandatory pick here, although Ponder, Daze, even Sephiroth would be really solid here. Fury is a fantastic card. I don't think we're in those colors. Yeah, I think Bowmasters is a #1 pick. Underground Sea is premium land fixing. Again, we need a fetch land to go with it. But I don't think that we're going to turn it down. I think Cut Down or Narset would be the other options. Yeah. All right. Well, there's Polluted Delta. I don't think that we have a heavy enough of a reanimation strategy that Archon of Cruelty is where we want to be. Polluted Delta is just going to make this mana 100% perfect. So I think with this package right here, like being able to find our Overgrown Tomb for Deathrite Shaman or Grist is enough of a light green splash that we're not too worried about fixing. We would probably pick up any other like black-green or blue-green dual lands that come up, like if there's nothing else in the pack. But I think this is pretty solid. And we don't even necessarily have to be running green. I mean, we might end up just cutting all of the green sources out of the deck, just out of not having enough of what we need. Mind Twist is probably fine. Yawgmoth, we don't really have anything that combos with it. It's a little tough to get going without the tricks. Yeah, I think Mind Twist is fine. We might end up cutting it though. Sheoldred, on the other hand, is not a card we would cut. We would love this Bloodstained Mire. We would also love this Bloodchief's Thirst. But yeah, Sheoldred, Bowmasters, the Wambo Cambo. Wambo Cambo is the word that I said, not Wombo Combo. I am good with the words today. We have an Infernal Grasp. Into that. We are missing a little bit of card draw. We did pass a Consider. Things like Consider or Thought Scour or something like that would be pretty good in a deck like this. There is Unearth. Unearth gets a lot of stuff back, including a Grist. Yeah, we'll take that. Well, I mean, we got Darkslick Shores here. We could take Bayou, but I think the black-blue fixing is just more important. Daze came back around. We're happy about that. Gives us 3 counterspells for our opponents to worry about. Here's a situation where there's really not much else in the pack, and there is a black-green dual land that we can search for. Underground Mortuary. Go with our Undercity Sewers. Again, Blooming Marsh, same situation. We'll take Yawgmoth. Might be getting cut, we'll see. Bloodchief's Thirst comes back around. We'll put Coveted Jewel in the sideboard. Not ramping enough to be able to get that out. We are definitely going to be needing to make some cuts, though. Mayhem Devil coming out late. That's kind of strange. All right, let's take a look at what we've got here. We got 31 cards. Probably should cut somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 cards out of this deck. One thing to consider is that we do have Dark Confidant, so we don't want cards that are super high on the top end. I think Deceit is probably not where we want to be. I don't think Mind Twist is where we want to be. We don't have anything to combo with Yawgmoth, but it is still sack a creature, draw a card, put a -1/-1 counter on something. It's going to be a maybe. And Bloodghast, not a big deal. Don't really have anything that combos with Lurrus. Let's see what this looks like. This doesn't really have a whole lot of targets. I think we could go 15 lands, 25 spells, 15 lands, especially with the amount of fixing that we've got. All right, and basics does want us to play a basic forest. I actually don't think we need to. I think we are going to cut that forest and play an extra island. All right, this is our deck. We'll see you in round 1. All right, we're here for round 1. We have won the die roll. Things are oddly spaced for some reason. There we go. Let's get that back to where we want it. We have won the die roll. We would like to go first. We're going to extend a have fun, good luck to our opponent. All right, this hand looks fine. Lands and spells, keep. We will expose ourselves to a wasteland and play Darkslick Shores. Commercial District. See what they're playing. They decide to keep the card on top. Good, because I would have eaten that card. Nom 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 nom. With Emperor Bones. And opponent has Badgermole Cub and 4. Inquisition, I like that. Let's see what we can snake out of our opponent's hand. They have Wheel of Fortune. That is unfortunately my only target. They have potentially 4 mana next turn. Means they could get... No, they don't have the mana for Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yeah, we will take the Wheel of Fortune. We will play the Tar Pit. It is only my graveyard that Nether Goyf cares about. Not going to attack. I could have played a non-base, or sorry, a non-tapped land and attacked in with Emperor Bones and then threatened adapt. Opponent plays his island. Is going to attack. Ooh, there's the G-Man. Alright. Not going to eat my Inquisition because I want Nether Goyf to be able to do stuff. We'll attack in. Be a Traders from our opponent. We are looking at probably either a Titania or a Loot. He is playing Loot. He's going to kill my guy, which doesn't really work because I'm going to adapt. Could also have attacked first. We find Mortuary. Man, I really want to play Sheoldred. Oh, I could just reanimate Sheoldred. What am I talking about? Put into graveyard. And now I can reanimate Sheoldred. Does shrink the Nethergoyf. The next turn I get to play Grist. Titania with no value. Strip mine from our opponent. Okay, so he does get some value. He is destroying my Creeping Tar Pit. It's fair. Gain some life. Let's do green, black, blue, Grist. We will a Stitcher Supplier. Pull some cards. We will sacrifice Stitcher Supplier to destroy Titania. So he still has Jace and Stomping Grounds in hand. Eat. Yeah, we'll eat Titania, is fine. Don't think I have another way to put a +1/+1 counter on Emperor, so we will sit back. It's gonna draw some cards, take a whole crap load of damage. Seems like an unwise choice, but they did just draw 3 cards. All right. He's coming across. It kind of doesn't matter what we do as long as we don't die. What is the way that we lose this game, right? Currently, he's dealing 14 to us, so we have to block. I think we'll block loot, and we'll block the token. We'll let the Emperor of Bones die. Nethergoyf should survive loot, and they are all coming at us, right? Yeah, okay. Not coming at Grist. Yeah, we'll just take 5. That's fine. All right. And we're going to win on Sheoldred anyway, so that comes back to us. And we could do something like bring in Mind Twist and just try to get like under his slow creatures. But I think I'm good the way it is. We're just going to run it straight back. Deck's perfect. No notes. This is lands and spells. Yeah, we'll keep this. A Mana Crypt from our opponent. And Time Twister. Okay. That is a thing. That is a thing. We will play Darkslick Shores into Deathrite Shaman. Unfortunately, we do not have an island for this days. And opponent's going to start taking some damage, hopefully. They do. Delighted Halfling. Very cheerful. Very delighted. There's Oculus. I think that we will play Swamp. Our opponent is definitely gearing up towards something. They're going to make probably something uncounterable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Titania. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and play the old Bone Wizard. Time Twister. Actually, we shouldn't have eaten their Time Twister because we want to eventually like use Deathrite Shaman to do that kind of thing. That's fine. And taking more damage from the Mana Crypt. It's like probably loot or Titania. Could be either. It is loot. Cannot be countered. Going to kill the Emperor of Bones while I no longer have the mana open to adapt him. Again, you can attack and then use the ability. There's no reason to exhaust them before attacking because he does have vigilance. We will play the island so we can eventually daze. And I think before he gets a chance to untap, we will... what do we pitch here? We need the Overgrown Tomb because it's our only... Well, I guess it's not our only green source because we have Deathrite Shaman. But I feel like Deathrite Shaman is probably not long for this world. We'll get rid of the Creeping Tar Pit. Mana Crypt, 2 for 3. And I could use Deathrite Shaman to hit my opponent for 2, but I actually kind of want to save the cards in the graveyard for Oculus. Icetill Explorer. Got it. Alright, we're definitely going to eat that Wasteland. Reanimate's pretty good. Yeah, Reanimate's a pretty solid spell. Just reanimate this guy right here. And then we'll attack with him. Then we'll hold him to block. And we can actually use both the other two exhaust abilities with Deathrite Shaman because he does have an island in the yard. But in all likelihood, we are just going to use him to draw 3 cards. Opponent has taken 9 damage off a Mana Crypt. Wheel of Fortune, huh? Well, I might as well daze him. And I'm not going to be mana efficient here. I'm just going to go ahead and leave loot up to block with. Unless he casts a spell, in which case I'm going to mana leak or counterspell it. Unless it's legendary, of course. There's Titania. I will eat your land in response. Oko. Stomping Ground. Mill 6. And yeah, we'll just mana leak that. And then we'll draw 3 cards. Man, we have so many options. So many options. Let's play Polluted Delta, because we can go get our Underground Sea. Let's Infernal Grasp Titania. Don't really have any green, so we'll use our Overgrown Tomb here. We have 3 mana available to us. So we could do like Bowmasters, Psychic Frog, Nethergoyf, something like that. Actually, we have lethal. We just have lethal. So we're gonna get to kill his Icetill Explorer. No, we don't have lethal. We don't have lethal because we need the Deathrite Shaman to make the red. So we could do make red, deal 3, play Orcish Bowmasters, deal 4. So that's what we'll plan on doing. We'll pitch Nethergoyf, which is a little bit of a tell. We're pitching a card that otherwise we could have played. And we have 1. We'll see you in round 2. All right, we're here for round 2 against our opponent. Extend a have fun, good luck. We have lost the die roll, and I don't think we can keep this hand, so we are going to mulligan it. This hand is even slower. We'll mulligan again. Too many lands, but we're losing 2 anyway, so we'll keep this one. And I think we will put swamp and just the other swamp, I guess. Yeah, we'll do that. Mana Crypt from our opponent. Forest into Sentinel of the Nameless City. This guy. Let's reanimate. We'll do Darkslick Shores into Nethergoyf. And we're probably going to be using this Infernal Grasp very early. Mana Crypt says lost the flip. Corey Steelcutter. Opponent's coming out of the gate fast. Very fast. Skull Clamp. Big old pile of damage coming my way. Psychic Frog, you say? To smithereens, you said. We'll play Polluted Delta into Underground Sea. Then we will Infernal Grasp the Sentinel. And we'll leave the Nethergoyf back to block. Wins the flip on the second try. 50-50 shot on the old Mana Crypt here. Unfortunately, we're not blocking a 3-1. Getting to the point where we're probably not going to be able to play this Reanimate. Squelcher revealed. Lightning Bolt killing my guy. Let's see what Undercity Sewer says. Land in Yard. Play Froggo. Did find a land off of the Explorer. There's the Squelcher. Alright. I am going to discard Island. And I will block. Take one trample. And we can pump our guy up another one if we need to. Got his souls, gets another cutter. Whips. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. We can edict and reanimate. I think I'm actually going to reanimate his sentinel. How big is the Goyf? 3-4. That is less damage by a lot. Yeah, we'll reanimate the Nether Goyf. Psychic Frog's obviously the better card, but I'm trying to be mindful of my life total. And this is the biggest blocker. Getting good odds with the old Mana Crypt here. Orcish Lumberjack. And other Monty Python references. Gonna Skull Clamp the Lumberjack. Draw some cards. I would love to have an Orcish Bowmaster right there. Figure of Destiny. Yeah, I think I might just be dead. I think rather than showing anymore, we're gonna go ahead and call it there. Fortunately, we don't really have anything to board for this. Like, all of our removal is in the deck. I feel like we need a lot of removal against this opponent. Yeah, unfortunately. Let's try like that. Deck's perfect, no notes. All right. Let's try not to get a mull to 5. This isn't bad. Probably going to play Overlord on 2. Yeah, we'll keep that. We'll play the island here. No reason other than psychology. Because people fear islands. They're terrifying. Island. Terrifying. Good. Spell pierce you right now. What are you going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. Orcish Lumberjack. Okay, well, I can't do anything about that. Tomb, play Swamp. And let's start impending this Overlord. And we'll get the Emperor back. Since we drew this Overgrown Tomb, that means we could probably play Grist on the next turn. Then on turn 4, we could do a 2-play. We have multiple 2-drops here. Nice. It's nice when your deck, like, curves out correctly. It's very satisfying. All right, it's got a forest, immediately sacking it. Or Figure of Destiny. And Sentinel. Got it. Again, opponent's getting a nice fast start. Play our Overgrown Tomb. We'll play Grist. Even though it's really just going to be a distraction because he's going to get to attack it and probably kill it. But the more stalling that I can do to get this Overlord online, the better. I don't have the second blue, so I can't do Ledger Shredder and Malcolm, but I can do Emperor of Bones and then like Ledger Shredder. And by that, I mean the other way around. I want to play the Ledger Shredder first and then play Emperor of Bones so I get the Connive trigger. Opponent has sacrificed all of his lands. Wild. Find Unearth. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So we're just going to make a token. We will shred some ledgers. And then we will Emperor some bones. We will just discard. And we'll eat Once Upon a Time. Doesn't truly matter. Clamps. They are clamping. They are coming at Grist. I think I might as well. I don't want him to draw the cards. I think we'll do this. Let Grist take some damage. There's the Froggo. See what Undercity Sewer says. There's a reanimate. We'll put that in the yard. Make a token. Play the frog. Unfortunately, we don't get to connive here, although we do get to adapt the Emperor. Should that be a thing I need to do? You need to eat your cards. He is portable holing. Okay. Probably the frog, yes. Probably the frog. Nothing I can do about that. Mapping. Not attacking with the sentinel this time. Again, coming at Grist. I think what we'll do here is we'll adapt the Emperor. Block. He gets to draw some cards. That sucks. He's gonna bolt the Grist anyway. Nice. Well, we'll play Malcolm. Then we will unearth our friend Grist. And we will pitch the Mana Leak. And then we will sacrifice Insect Token to destroy Sentinel. And then we will start chipping away at that life total. The flying creatures. You know what I should probably do is Orcish Bowmasters this Figure of Destiny before he untaps. That's what I'm going to do. Now Skullclamp is a liability. Squelcher. Don't feel so bad about discarding that Mana Leak now. Okay, draws 2 cards. Cool, cool, cool. I will more than happily pay 4 life to kill this Hexing Squelcher. Aha! Came back from that one. Okay, we will settle it in the 3rd. This isn't Tomb Reanimate. I don't particularly have anything super high end to Entomb Reanimate, but I will be happy to do so. Actually, I can Entomb Unearth Oculus. Ooh. Now we're talking. Oh no, this guy. Remember earlier how I said this is like one of the top 5 best cards in the cube? Oh no. Entomb. I could get Shouldered. Oculus is going to generate more guys though, and it is a 5/5. We very seriously need to draw a removal spell for this Aura board. Alright, we will do Oculus. We'll stick with the plan. Let's play Mortuary. Grist. Grist is removal. And we will unearth Oculus. The cool thing is that Grist is a creature for the purposes of Manifest Dread. So I will be able to flip him up. Sentinel, the Nameless City, of course. Palace Jailer coming in. Jesus. That quick. That quick. Yep, that quick. I mean, we're just dead, right? We didn't have a removal spell and we lost. That's kind of how this went. Alright, we will extend a GG to our opponent and see you in the next round. Alright, we're here for the 3rd final round against our opponent. We have lost the die roll. We'll extend a have fun, good luck. This is a not an Entomb Reanimate. I saw an Earth and Reanimate and got really excited there for a second. We will keep. And it is Island Mox Emerald. Mox Emerald doesn't necessarily suggest that they're playing green, although it's possible. Likely that they have a counterspell that they're holding up here, but if they are willing to cast it on Nethergoyf, I am fine with that. There it is. Mana Leak incoming. Days, in fact. Alright, that's good. No worries there. Another island from our opponent. There's a Psychic Frog, which we will cast and protect with a Daze. They will Force of Will. Fine with that. They have a spell of their own. Wang Shi. Wang, get the heck out of my stack. Aha! Two can play that game. Spellseeker, fine. That's fine. What do they get? Like an Ancestral Recall? It's totally fair. Oh yeah, Ancestral Recall, totally fair. Alright, we will play the island, and we will unearth one Psychic Frog. Volcanic Island. Again, Misty Rainforest and Mox Emerald don't necessarily suggest that they are green, but they are possibly in the realm of green. Talisman of Creativity and a Storm Chaser's Talent. You betcha. Alright, we will play our island. I think we are going to Sheoldred's Edict to sacrifice a token, and then we will attack with the Psychic Frog. Likely pitches the Spellseeker just to keep us from drawing a card, which is fine. That's just us clearing the board. And what's the second one in this? Return target instrument sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. So he's going to try to get Ancestral Recall back. His whole deck looks like it's probably built around casting Ancestral Recall as many times as possible, which is totally fair. They have leveled up. And Marauding Mako. Okay, interesting. Maybe a little bit of a discard sub-theme in here. Find a swamp. I'm happy to see that. I am going to, I think, Bitter Triumph the Marauding Mako. Maybe I'll just attack. Maybe I'll just attack in the air. Because I'm going to reanimate this Aberrant Oculus. That's how this is going to go. We're not going to actually play the Oculus. Chow, ba-chow, ba-chow. Discard the Oculus. Damage is dealt, cards are drawn, spells are reanimated, tokens are generated. All right, Cordoran Pit, making some more tokens. So he's got the sacrifice stuff and the discard stuff in a deck. And he's going to Time Twister. Well, if he's going to Time Twister, I might as well kill this guy. Okay. We don't have the green for Grist. Let's go ahead and play Undercity Sewers. Moon Shadow's fine. We'll keep you on top. Let's attack. So this is going to be like 3 damage total, I think. What I can do is flip this guy up and then adapt him. I spend more time just like adapting the Emperor for no value. Okay, he's going to do that sort of thing. We'll pitch Grist. So that is 3 damage. Alright, opponent is dead on board unless they've got something. Oh, that's a thing that I just learned. He didn't enter with any -1/-1 counters, which means I can flip this over into a 7/7 menace. Oh, that's a good combo. I like that. I like that a lot. There's the Riddler. Riddle me this, Batman. All right, we'll play this land here. Let's Bitter Triumph. Just discard a card. Has a counterspell maybe. Lose focus, making us pay 4. Okay. We do not. And then we will attack all out. Sure, we'll eat your Time Twister. Then we will flip you over. Ta-da! 7/7 menace. Okay, we're up a game. Opponent looks like they have a fairly dirtily control deck that we might be able to just overrun with creatures. Might be a situation where we bring in more stuff like Deceit. Nah, I think we'll just keep playing it the way it is. Okay, 1 land, no playable spells. Gonna be a mulligan. 2 lands, multiple playable spells. We will keep that, and we'll pitch this counterspell that we can't currently cast. We'll play Underground Sea into Nethergoyf. And next turn we can Inquisition and possibly Deathrite Shaman. Prophetic Memory. This card's kind of annoying, especially if your opponent's running a lot of Time Twisters and what have you. Blooming Marsh, we'll play that. Let's see what's going on over there. I'm playing the Blooming Marsh before the Inquisition there, just plays around days. Force of Will, countering Inquisition of Kozilek. There's a good riddle. When can you make your opponent discard 2 cards with Inquisition of Kozilek? The answer is when they try to Force of Will it. What card did they discard with it? Lauren revealed. Okay. Well, war attack for 1. And then we'll Deathrite Shaman. FOMO, which we can Blood Chief's Thirst. Another land. We will play the Overgrown Tomb tapped. We will kill FOMO. And then we'll hold up Deathrite Shaman. Okay. Exile your Force of Will. Make you lose 2 life. And it has something in response. He's gonna Unholy Heat in response. Cool. Lands are not particularly what we're looking for right now. Fortunately, our opponent does not seem to be drawing gas either. Oculus, okay. We're putting pressure on our opponent. They are not, they might be landlocked. Like they might not be, or mana screwed rather. Bowmans. Bowmans is kind of a direct counter to this guy right here, huh? Wang Shi, you say? But I am the Bowmaster. Oh, he didn't actually draw any cards off of that. Whoopsie. Whoopsie doodles. Talisman of Creativity. Gets to attack for 2, which is cool. There's the Emperor. Play the Emperor. We'll eat his FOMO. We'll attack with the Nethergoyf. Yeah, I forgot. That's... Yeah, draw half cards, rounded down. So he needs to at least be a 4-mana card. Snapcaster Mage for the Unholy Heat. Assuming on the Orcish Bowmaster. Yep. Alright, let's Undercity Sewers. Shouldered. Just do Shouldered on top. Alright, so how does Emperor work here? Can I... It's the beginning of combat on your turn. So I can begin combat, then put them into play, and then declare them as an attacker, I think. I think that's how that works. Get Bowmaster. No, that is not how that works. I have to set a stop. Yeah. At the... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think if I had set a stop there, I would have been. So now what I can do is if he double blocks here, I can adapt. Put Bowmasters into play. Kill his Snapcaster Mage. Kill his Wang Shi. I mean, yeah, that's Time Twister. And a Time Walk. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can let you do that. All right, we have won 2-1 victory. Not too bad. Not too bad. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate any likes and comments you leave me. See you next time.